Morning. So, in this video, I want to talk about my septic arthritis, how I got it, and I don't even know how I got it, but how it changed everything, and then developed into rheumatoid arthritis. So, it's not a fun story. So, it was my birthday. January 5th, the day after my birthday, January 6th, rolls along, and I'm cleaning up around my place and organizing. And there's some steps, and I'm carrying things, and I just right around the bottom step, I slip. But I'm pretty agile. I could do splits this way, not this way though. My hips won't let me. This way I could do the splits. And so it was no big deal. I slid, and I was like, felt something pull on my hip. That was about it. Pulled myself up, went to take a step, and I could not walk. It was the most intense, severe pain I have ever felt in my entire life. It just was like someone was just stabbing me and ripping my hip apart. And it really, I've never felt any pain like that in my life. And I've never had any kids, so I can't compare it to childbirth, so I have no idea. But I've watched childbirths, and I know that's extremely painful. So maybe it was up there, but it was excruciating. I drink water. I've my eyes and throat really dry. A lot of clearing in my throat, so I have to excuse that. But anyway, so I slip, and I'm not moving. I can't walk. I can't walk. And I was like, there's something seriously wrong. So I said, I got to get to the hospital. I gotta get to the hospital. So I drag myself. It must have took like 20-30 minutes to get to my car. And it was maybe 25 feet away from me. maybe that. I'm dragging myself to the car. I'm pulling and getting there best I could. I'm almost in tears. It hurts so bad. Every slight little movement, it was screaming and screaming. So I finally get to my car. I fight to get inside the car. And then I kind of just get stuck in the car. And so I'm like, I can't drive myself there. There's no way. So I'm trying to get out the car to get back into the house, And luckily, my roommate drives up, and Heidi comes up and sees me, and she takes me to the hospital. We fight to get me in the car. I'm screaming with every little movement. It just hurts so badly. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Septic arthritis is no joke. And she gets me to the hospital. I'm going to go over to UCSD up in La Jolla. And I just had a knee replacement about 5 months prior to that in August of the previous year, 2017. And this all happened in 2018. And I'm there. I have to get wheelchaired in. I can't even get out of the wheelchair. I'm in so much pain. It hurts so bad. And so I finally get seen. I'm sitting in the hallway like forever. It seems like waiting. Finally get me in a bed. That was a fight to get in the bed. And I'm there, and one of the doctors who, I think he helped with the surgery of my knee replacement, was walking by and saw me. So he came over to me, and he checked my knee. There was a little swelling on my knee, but not to where they thought something was in my knee causing any type of pain, or that I had an infection in my knee or anything. Everything was in my hip. My hip was swollen. I didn't have a fever. My CRP was, I think that was elevated, but my I think it's ESR, I forgot what it's called. But my SED rate wasn't elevated. I didn't have the usual markers that showed I had an infection. So they're just thinking, okay, she fell, she hurt herself, but the way she described her fall doesn't match the pain level she's in. So they do like a scan, a CT scan. All they see is edema. They just see swelling. They don't see anything else in there. So they're like, oh, it's obvious you injured it somehow, but everything is fine. Your blood work's good. Everything is fine. They don't know what to do. So they try to send me home. So they pull out some crutches. And they try to get me on the crutches. And I can't. I can't do it. I can't do the crutches. So then they bring a walker. And they try to have me do the walker. I cannot do the walker. I can barely get up. I can't move. What do you want me to do? I'm in pain. They gave me some pain meds while I was there. Didn't do nothing. Didn't help at all. And I'm just in excruciating pain. And then a lady nurse comes in, or no, she's a doctor. She comes in. And she goes, we don't know really what's wrong with you, but we can keep you for pain management. And she said it like that, like a question. Like she was asking me, do I want to stay in the hospital to get my pain resolved? Yes, I do want to stay and get this resolved because it's not normal. So she tells me that, and I'm like, yes, I'd like some pain management. I am in excruciating pain. Please manage my pain. And so she goes, yeah, but there's no room for you here at this hospital. So we have to send you over to Hillcrest. So I'm like, do what you got to do. Just get me out of this pain. And I'm a person, I have a high pain tolerance. Anyone who knows me, I have a very high pain tolerance. I will go through some stuff without complaining. Because I can deal with some pain. But this pain in my hip, oh, that was a nightmare. So I had to wait for the ambulance to come. Sitting in the bed. By then, my roommate had already went back, and she was fighting for me the whole time, talking about, you guys need to do something. So it was awesome. And so the guys come in. They were really nice. The guys who were driving the ambulance, and they were going to move me out. They asked me if I can get out of bed by myself. I was like, nope, I cannot move. And so they had to lift me and put me on the gurney, and oh my god, it hurt so much. As I just had to suck it up. I was like, breathing. I can do it. Breathing, trying to get out there. So they put me on the bed in the gurney to wheel me into the ambulance. I felt every single bump, every knot, every crack they ran over. I felt it. And they could tell that everything motion was excruciating. The guys were really nice. They're like, okay, we're going to try to drive slow as we possibly can. We're going to try to avoid any bumps, potholes, anything. We're not going to try to hit it to save you some pain. They were really nice guys. I really liked them. I was in so much pain, I didn't think about getting their names, though. But they were really nice. And they got me over to Hillcrest. And I was in Hillcrest for 20 days. UCSD Hillcrest. 20 days. They ran all kinds of tests on me, everything they could think of, and they couldn't find a thing wrong with me. Not a thing wrong with me. And the impression I was getting from them is they thought I was there just med seeking. I was just some drug addict trying to get some pain meds and stay on pain meds. I don't like taking pain meds unless I absolutely have to. I tend to keep my medications that I get over through the years. I've got medications from, I don't know why I keep it. I think it's just part of my OCD that I have, that I keep things. I keep lots of things so that I should trash, but I gotta overcome that, but that's another story. So they giving me morphine, they giving me oxycodone, Vicodin, which Vicodin is one of the only pain meds that really work for me, is Vicodin. And every surgery I request Vicodin. But now they're at a point where they don't want to give Vicodin anymore, because they think everyone's wants to become a drug addict on it. I don't understand that. If it works, it works. Oxycodone doesn't work for me. like Vicodin works, but that's another story. So anyway, they give me every pain med they can think of, and they won't let me use a bedside commode. They want me up and walking, because the sooner I can get up and walk, the sooner I get to leave the hospital. So they're just like, we gotta get her out of here, let's get her walking. And they had a walker there for me, and I was in so much pain. But I got up and I went to the bathroom. I was showing them, hey, I'm trying. I'll go use it. And I was in the hospital. It was 9 days. On the 10th day, I had this one nurse. Her name was Tara. I'll never forget her, because she was like an angel. She came and then she disappeared. I never saw her again after she came in. I was dealing with all this pain. Nothing was helping. It was very frustrating. And they weren't believing me. They couldn't find anything, but something was wrong. So this nurse, she was there over the night shift, and she talked to me in the morning, probably like 5 something. And she goes, and these are her words, she goes, "You're not faking. You're not drug seeking. There's something wrong with you. And this is ridiculous, what you're going through. You're being compliant. You're doing everything they ask you to do. And there's something wrong. So I'm going to go talk to these doctors. And they need to do something. They need to find out what's wrong with you." So that was awesome of her. She didn't have to do that, but she did. And she went and caught them before their rounds. And they came in and they said to me, "We don't know what's wrong with you, but we're going to do one more test. One more test." And because I didn't have the normal symptoms, the fever, the SED rate super elevated, I guess the white blood count wasn't that elevated, and they performed a procedure where they took this needle, super long, stuck it in my hip, pulled out the fluids in there, and then sent it to the labs. So that was interesting. It was like a submarine down there, or some type of basement area. It was really interesting down there. Anyways, as soon as they got the results of that, immediate surgery. I mean, it was immediate. And this was 10 days of the septic arthritis sitting in my hip, eating away at everything. And finally, they found out what was wrong. I had staphylococcus something. I had a staph infection in my hip, septic arthritis. They had to do surgery. And I got this big old scar I have on my hip like this. And as soon as they did the first surgery, cleaned it out, immediate relief. It was, the pain meds did nothing. The antibiotics, that's what killed the pain. And that was, thank you for that. And I was on surgery alert for like 3 days straight. Like every day I had to not eat and wait to see if they were going to do another cleaning. And so then they did a cleaning, that first one, and then they did another one. I think it was about a day later. Then the next day I was on wait, and they were trying to see my levels of everything. And after the surgery and everything, that's when all my inflammatory markers rose up. Everything went sky high. And so I was in the hospital 10 more days. I was in there for 20 days total. And went home with the antibiotic IV pump in my arm, because every day I had to give myself, I had to keep it in the refrigerator, some antibiotics and injected into me to let it flow in there. I did that maybe like 3 months, 2 months, 2 or 3 months, I don't remember. And then I had to do oral antibiotics. I had to go see infectious diseases doctor. She was my doctor that checked all my numbers and made sure the antibiotics were working, and she kept me on extra longer than normal, because she was worried that it would go in my heart, and my inflammation markers were still high. So after all of that, doing all of that, I started. I was having pain in my hip still, and problems with the hip. I was in a lot of pain with the hip still, but it was different than the septic arthritis pain. And so I had that x-rayed and everything, and turns out that cartilage had been eaten up, and bone on bone. All of a sudden, now I needed a hip replacement. So I went from a right knee replacement due to all my years of basketball. And some people ask me, is it because of your martial arts? I'm like, no, martial arts didn't give me any problems. Basketball gave me problems with my knees. That's another story. But I had to have a hip replacement after that. And so now I have a right knee replacement, a right hip replacement. I recovered from septic arthritis of the hip. My right leg is numb from my knee up to my hip, where the incisions are. I have 2 incisions on my hip, one from the cleaning for the sepsis, and one for the replacement. And the leg is numb, and sometimes it gets so numb that it feels like I can't walk. It gets bad like that, and I have to tell myself it just feels like that. It's stiff and tight and numb, and sometimes it tingles. And so I had to deal with that. That was no fun. It's my septic arthritis story. And because of the septic arthritis, I developed rheumatoid arthritis. All my inflammation markers went up. All my joints, my body started attacking my own joints. And now I'm fighting with that every day, dealing with that every day. And that was another story, interesting journey with that. All kinds of stuff. Had blood problems on the medications they gave me. There's all kinds. I have so many stories. So many stories. Anyways, that's what happened with septic arthritis, and that's why I have rheumatoid arthritis now, why I have to take Humira, give myself the shot, why I have to take the medications for RA, and while I'm dealing with all this pain, prednisone, weight gain. I've gained, since I've been on prednisone, a good, let's see, a good 50 pounds, 50 to close to 60 pounds, just from being on prednisone. Nightmare. So I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to do do more natural. Besides taking the tramadol, which makes me nauseous, I'm trying to eat a little differently and do it that route, because I'm tired of the prednisone, and I want to get rid of this weight gain, this weight that I've gained from being on it. And I gained a lot in my belly. So hopefully, as these videos go on, you'll see a change in weight. I need to get down anyway. My surgeon said at least 30 pounds at least, because the plan is, which the original plan was, my right knee was bad, replacement, and then they were going to do the left knee replacement. But then my hip got in the way, so then I had the hip replacement. So they still have to do the left knee replacement. My left knee is horrible now. Excruciating. My left hip kills. I think there's something more wrong in it than just, because when they x-ray, it's mild degenerative arthritis in it. Nothing major, but it hurts like crazy. And so I gotta get that taken care of. But I have an MRI on December 6th of the hip, and I hope they see what's wrong with it, because I think there's something else. Maybe I tore something in it. How? I don't know. Could be an infection in this hip. I don't know, because I haven't really been able to do much. I can't kick like I used to, which sucks, but sucks. But I am getting older, so I have to. But I can still teach. I can still teach others to do taekwondo and be effective in their martial arts. It's just hard for me to do it. I take an Aki class with Master Collins. He's an awesome instructor. He's awesome at his art. He knows what he's doing. He's amazing. There's a great group of people that I train with when I'm able to train, which is another story. I've got so many stories. There's so many stories to tell. Might as well. So, that is why I have rheumatoid arthritis, because I had septic arthritis. And now I have rheumatoid arthritis. And it is very debilitating at times. I can't do stuff. But I'll talk about that later. Figure I'll do a bunch of stories. I might do them all today. No, I won't do them all today, but I'll tell more stories and get it out there. Maybe someone else out there is going through some same stuff I've gone through, worse, same, or know someone. If you like my videos, hit subscribe, and there'll be lots more. Have a great day. Bye-bye.